Hi everybody, thanks for stopping by. My name's FM Jellico and you're watching the Dafuge Challenge, episode 73, with Enfield Town FC. Our form has been really good. We've won 4, lost 1, and drawn 1 in the intervening games since we beat Bristol in the shootout and our Checkatrade. I'm not even going to try and say all that fast. It's too hot and too tired to be honest with you. But anyhow, let's get to some of these results here. We beat Wigan away 1-0. Matthew Cook with a 50th minute goal. Wigan was just all over the place. Yeah, they had 10 shots, but only 1 was on target. They had a case of, we're going to pass the ball and it's not going to go anywhere we want it to. And it was just, they had some good defensive play, which is why we only managed to score the 1. We had a few more opportunities. You know, we came away with a win. I think we could have gotten more from it. But Wigan really didn't put up much of a fight this game. After Wigan, we were home against Bolton. And we won that game 3-1. Barry Cousins, a 15th minute goal. Tom Collins, a 42nd minute goal. John Archer, a 57th minute goal. Lewis Riley broke up the clean sheet with a goal in the 27th minute for Bolton. We were just much better than them this game. 19 shots, 8 on target, a slight possession advantage. Bolton was 9 shots, 2 on target. I wish I knew what I was doing differently in this game. I didn't change any of the instructions or anything like that, but we were good. Mitchell had a really good game. Lavinier had an okay game for him. The 6-7 really doesn't reflect a number of tackles and passes he had. Archer had a 7-9 before he went out. The goal really helped that. But then, Mungo Bridge had 2 assists, 3 key passes, 3 chances created. He didn't score, but a performance like that is definitely worthy of a player of the match. And Bolton is a bottom-of-the-table team. This is a game we should have won, and we did, comfortably. After Bolton, we were away at Rotherham. Rotherham's a good team. They're 4th in the league. I didn't think we'd win. I just wanted to give them a good game. And I don't know, we had our chances, we just threw them away. Rotherham had 17 shots, 7 on target. Shaquille Colthurst had a brace of goals, 18th and 49th minute. Barry Jarvis had a 34th minute goal. Barry Cousins had a 32nd minute goal. Matthew Cook missed a penalty shot in the 15th minute, kicked it right at the keeper. Was just, I could have stopped that. We were very foul-y this game. We had 22 fouls. We had 3 yellow cards. I had to tell Kelly and Gabriel to back off at the half because I couldn't afford to have them get sent off. I think this is a game we should have gotten more out of it. 3-1 against Rotherham, I guess, is respectable, especially since we missed the penalty kick. It could have been 3-2, but we should have done more, I think. After Rotherham, we went away to Oldham. They are a mid-table team. I think they were 12th place when we played them here. And we beat them 3-2. Matthew Cook, a brace of goals in the 19th and 30th minutes. John Archer, a 72nd minute goal. Reece Healy had a 46 minute goal. David Allen had an 89th minute goal that was just, I don't want to say he didn't earn it, but it was just, it was that. It was just, a fairly even game. We had 12 shots, 8 on target. They had 10 shots, 6 on target. Not a huge possession advantage for us. The midfield played really well this game, especially Collins. But Matthew Cook has been a stellar pickup this season. After Oldham, we were away at Peterborough. They're bottom of the table. They were in 20th place when we played them here, and we shut them out 3-0. Kept the clean sheet. Matthew Cook had another brace of goals, 46th and 84th minutes. Jack Lee had a 63rd minute goal. I think the ref's arm got tired holding up all the yellow cards. Posh had 6. We had 3. It was just, every time I turned around, there was a yellow card being issued, and I'm really kind of surprised a couple of the Posh players didn't get sent off. It was that chippy of a game, and it only got worse after Jack Lee scored in the 63rd minute. There were a lot more fouls that happened then, but everybody had a solid game. You know, a 7.0 being the lowest score, and that's the keeper. Just a fabulous performance all around by everybody. Posh had 7 shots, 2 on target. We had 17 and 8. A slight possession disadvantage, but when you're shutting the opponent out, it doesn't matter what your possession is. And after Peterborough came a game away at Swindon Town, and we tied 1-1. Swindon Town's an upper table team. I want to say they were 9th place here when we played them. Charlie Castle had a 44th minute goal for Swindon Town. Mungo Bridge had an 81st minute goal to salvage the draw. Swindon had 12 shots, 7 on target. We had 7 shots, 5 on target. Just a lot of really poor performances. I had a slightly rotated side here, and it was just, you know, Mcnally was on a 6-2, Smith had a 6-3, Cousins had a 6-6, but it probably should have been less. He had a couple key shots, or he had a couple key passes that I think salvaged his score. Archer came on as a halftime replacement and had a 6-5. And we were lucky to escape with a draw. Bridges' goal was good. We definitely earned it, but we were also very lucky that we escaped with a draw. Swindon Town could have gotten a lot more out of this game, but they were as bad in front of the goal as we were. And Ward actually had some really nice saves this game. Why they're not reflected in that score, I'll never understand. So a little bit more than halfway through the season, 26 games played. We are solidly mid-table. 10th place, 37 points with 10 wins, 7 draws, and 9 losses. A +8 goal differential, which is actually pretty good for us. Matthew Cook has been phenomenal so far in 28 appearances across all competitions, 15 goals, 9 assists, 5 penalty shots. No players in the match, though. That's interesting. It seems when he has a good game, there's someone else who has a slightly better game, so he misses out. 7.27 overall rating. Other than a couple niggling injuries, which have had him miss a week here and a week there, he has done a phenomenal job. He's been a good replacement for Greenwood. I suspect with more playing time under his belt, we're not going to worry about missing Greenwood. Bridge and Cook both have 9 assists. Jason Knight, my midfielder, has a 90% pass completion rate. The one other player I'm also happy with is Barry Cousins. He's still 2-star current ability. His potential ability's dropped to 3.5 stars, but I think that's because I brought in a couple better coaches this off-season. 28 games, 8 goals, 2 assists. He's got 14 goals and 4 assists and 2 players of the match across all competitions. He's stepped up really well. His passing is a lot better than it was, although the 8 doesn't really reflect that, but he's been a good player for us, and he's a solid captain on the field. I've had a couple minor issues with players wanting first-team playing time, and he has stepped up, no problem, and put the kibosh on those. The transfer window has opened. We've made a couple of moves, one of which I wanted to make, the other I really didn't want to, but I have this philosophy, if a player doesn't want to be here, I'm not going to pay him to be here. And Johnny Mitchell, for whatever reason, decided he did not want to be here, which I really don't understand. He's been a solid player for us. He's equally good at defensive center back and defensive right back. He's got excellent physicals. His mentals are okay, but they're good where they matter. And his technicals are okay as well, but they're excellent where they matter for the position. And for whatever reason, he heard that Northampton was interested in him and wanted to go there, which I'm not really understanding because Northampton's a League 2 team. Why would you want to step down? He wasn't exactly becoming a cancer in the locker room, but it was becoming a problem. And the other thing that really complicated matters was that, yeah, here it says he's worth $35,000. And when he was with me, he was worth about $24,000. I put him out on transfer for $20,000 and no one bit. And then he got upset because he wasn't getting transferred. I ended up putting him out there for $15,000. Northampton came in for that, and I eked them up to $17,500, and he was happy to go. And ultimately, at the end of the day, I was happy to let him go because I got Ian Mcnally in from Barry. Former Everton youth player, really solid physicals across the board, really good mentals across the board, especially where they count for the position. Really good technicals where they count. His heading at 10 could use some work, but his marking and his tackling are really good. 3.5-star current ability, 4.5-star potential ability. Barry is lower mid-table in League One, and he was a starter for them. And yeah, he wasn't the best. A 6.64 isn't great, but it's not horrible either. And I think replacing Mitchell with Mcnally is a step up. Not a huge step up, perhaps, but a step up. And I like the fact that Mcnally can also play defensive left, which, with Medford Smith being out injured and Bamba constantly away on international duties for Burkina Faso. At one point in time, I thought it was Biafra, and I don't know why. Biafra doesn't even exist as a country anymore. At least the last time I checked. But anyhow, he can also step up and play defensive left back really well. So, I liked Mitchell, and he was a pretty good cog in the Enfield Town machine. But I think replacing him with Mcnally, it's definitely an upgrade. How much of an upgrade remains to be seen. Additionally, the thing I do like is that Mcnally was transfer listed by request, and he had no problems coming here, which, after the summer transfer window I had, is really, really nice to see. I don't know if it's because he's now the highest paid player on the team at £3,000 a week. The downside to bringing him in, especially from Barry, is that he is cup tied for the remainder of the season, so even though he is Mitchell's replacement at defensive center back, I can't play him, which weakens the teams in those competitions. But financially, the cupboard's not empty. We've got $93,000 left in the transfer budget. We've got £5,000 of payroll left. I can still play with that a little bit. I'm still looking to strengthen the team in a couple places. I'm also looking out for any youth players I can bring on board and potentially develop down the road. But we'll see how that goes. Club-wise, we need to be doing better. Our youth facilities finally got upgraded to basic. Our training facilities have been basic for a long, long time. Our reputation's gone up. We've gone from a star regional reputation to 2-star regional reputation. But until we get a bit more well-known nationally, I think my summer transfer woes and my winter transfer woes are going to continue. Once again, the media continually underestimates us. Picked to finish 24th this year. We're currently in 10th. I'm not saying finishing in a relegation fight is outside of the realm of possibility, but I don't see that happening. Currently, we're losing money. I'd hoped we'd get an away opponent for our third round game in the FA Cup. Instead, we're playing West Ham at home, which means probably a full stadium, I hope, but not a lot of income from it. Arsenal under-23s away at the Checkatrade, maybe we'll get a decent amount of money from that. But fingers crossed, we beat West Ham. We go on to play someone in the fourth round, a bigger team away, get half those gate receipts, and our money problems will be solved this season. I'm going to set up my best 11 for the West Ham game, and we will be back with that in just a minute. Well, today we are playing West Ham in the FA Cup third round game at Enfield Town Stadium. We are playing our 4-3-3 with Ward in goal, Medford Smith, Green, Lee, and Lavinier as the defensive back four, Collins, Knight, and Smith as the midfield three, Cook, Cousins, and Bridge up top as the strikers. West Ham is playing a 4-2-3-1 with Galini in goal, Haderganaj, Miazga, Vargas, and Bonnet as the defensive back four, Alenia and Vilhena as the midfielders, Burke, Illich, and Musonda as the attacking midfielders, and Calvert-Lewin up top as the lone striker. Well, we are moving right to left. West Ham looks to be playing a lot of their first teamers. Cousins to Smith to Bridge, loses the ball in the box. Why Medford Smith didn't chase after that, I'm not quite sure. Medford Smith's not in the best condition, but then again, neither's Bamba. He just came back from international duty, if I recall. And Medford Smith picked up a yellow card. Well, that makes bringing him out of the half that much easier. 30 minutes in, even game so far. We've both got 2 shots, none on target. Possession's pretty equal. No highlights so far, other than the opening kickoff, and I knew I shouldn't have said anything. Medford Smith tonight, crossed in, kicked out. Lavinier runs it down, taps it up to Collins. To Cook on the left, crosses it in. Cousins is there, and he scores off the header. That was a floater. And another assist by Cook. Well done. You know, I'm going to come off the counter. I'm going to come off at the attack and go to standard. And Elena picked up a yellow card as well, and they are just as bad or as not worse, conditioning-wise, as we are. Three shots, 1 on target for us. 3 shots, none on target for them. Slight possession advantage for us. Bamba is going to come on for Medford Smith, because the last thing I need is to be a goal up against West Ham in the FA Cup and go down a man. Moving left to right now. I think we'll pay attention to the stats and the conditioning, see how everybody's doing. Maybe have to drop down to the counter later, but I'm going to totally jinx us. We seem to be doing okay so far. Praise the boys because they're doing well. Bamba out to Smith, to Bridge, to Lavinier, to Smith, who taps it up. Bridge is there, and he loses the ball. Vargas takes it away from him, sends it up to Calvert-Lewin. Passes into space to Illich. Crosses it in, knocked away. Cook has it. Long pass to Bridge. He shoots, and it skies high and right. The name to keep an eye on is Blanco, who came into the half. He is the player who absolutely thrashed us in the preseason and in one of the earlier Checkatrade games. And Lavinier picked up a yellow card. Okay, Ward goes right to Bonnet on West Ham. Now, Elena has it now to Vilhena. Up to Calvert-Lewin. Ward with a nice block. Well done. Can't risk it. I got to bring Gabriel on for Lavinier, even though he's on a 7-1. Corner kick in. Masanda to Blanco. Kicked away, and Ward couldn't pick it up, and Blanco scored. Nuts. You know, we're going to go to control. Ward came up to try and pick up the ball, but he couldn't handle it, and Blanco tapped it in. Well, do we play for the tie? Let's see what happens. Still been a pretty even game, stats-wise. Give the boys a little encouragement. Gabriel with the throw-in. Smith. Long pass up to Cousins, who kicks it kind of towards Bridge, who runs it down. He centers it to Collins, to Smith. Back to Collins, all the way across the field to Bamba. Up to Cook. Crosses it in. Bridge is there. Holy cow, we're 2-1 up against West Ham. 10 minutes left. You know, I'll have to drop down to the counter. Bamba with a nice one-touch pass up to Cook. Nice cross in. Bridge just outran his defender. Did I drop down to the counter? I did. Okay. Encourage the boys. Bonnet to Vilhena. To Royal. Long pass up to Hader, because I'm not trying to pronounce that again, but his shot goes right to Ward, who stops it. Smith gets the ball. Collins up to Cook. Back to Bamba. Back up to Cook again, who's behind the line. He crosses it in. Bridge is there, but he is dispossessed. Baguza has the ball. Up into space to Calvert-Lewin, and his shot is wide left. Goes off the side netting. We've had our chances in the box, but I think it's fair to say West Ham's defenders are better than our attackers. 4 minutes left. Give the boys a concentrate. Lee with the kick. Up into the box. I don't know what happened there. Bridge. Oh, Galini snatches the ball before Cousins could get to it. Nice save. Blow the whistle, ref. Gabriel steals the ball. Knight to Collins. Back to Gabriel. Up to Smith. To Cousins. And we win. Wow. Good game. Well, West Ham really tried turning it on in the second half, but they just were not any good in front of the goal. 12 shots, 3 on target for them. 8 shots, 3 on target for us. Barry Cousins and Mungo Bridge. Well done. Yeah, Blanca was the player who absolutely ran us ragged in the West Ham Under-23s game when we were in the Checkatrade Trophy group. I think it's safe to say he's a quality player. 4.5-star current ability, 5-star potential ability, 22 years old. He makes more a week than my entire team. Okay, moving on. 73,080 pounds for winning in the third round. That's very, very good. That helps us out. Well, this is certainly interesting. For our FA Cup 4th round game, we are going to play either Dulwich Hamlet or Wrexham. Dulwich Hamlet's still in the Vanarama. Wrexham's in League 2. And thus far, they've managed to make their way to the 4th round of the FA Cup. Well done, them. Pulled ankle ligaments. Is that his right? That's his right ankle. That was his left ankle, his right calf, his left ankle, his right leg, his left leg, his right leg, his jaw, his right leg again, his right leg again, his head again, his right knee, his jaw again, and his right... Oh, good grief, dude. Oh, I love you. But you're 18 years old. And you've had 14 injuries so far. Right before the Checkatrade game, too. I can't believe I just said that out loud. We are playing the Arsenal Under-23s today, and they are playing a 4-4-2 with Horvath in goal, Lee McFarland, Mamuni, Worrell, and Treadwell as the defensive back four, Lowell, Dolce, Weir, and Cockerell as the midfield four, with Ancioni and Pellegre up top as the strikers. We're playing our 4-4-3 with Ward in goal, Lavinier, Lee, Green, and Bamba as the defensive back four, Smith, Knight, and Collins as the midfield three, Bridge, Cousins, and Ashton up top as the strikers. We are moving left to right. In between the FA Cup draw and this game, Rangers offered me an interview for their head coach position, but I turned them down. Treadwell to Weir to Dolce, to Ancione, to Dolce to Pellegre, out to Cockerell on the right in space. He sends it in. Landwell's there. Ward with a nice save, but the rebound goes right back to the wall, and he scores. Yeah, it was a nice first save by Ward. He probably should have had the second one as well. But Lavinier now, up to Bridge. Back to Lavinier, and his pass bounces off an Arsenal player and goes right to Weir. To Ancione, to Pellegre, who broke through the line, and he totally outfakes Ward. 2-0 down. Come on, guys. You're better than this. Now look at that. Pellegre just ran by my defense like they were standing still. Which, in all honesty, they probably were. Dolce with the ball. Out to Pellegre. To Cockrell. He sends it in, and Pellegre scores again. 3-0 down, 15 minutes in. Fun times. Fun times. This is their under-23s team, for crying out loud. Yikes. We've had one shot. They've had 6, and 5 of those have been on target. Out to Lavinier on the right. He sends it up towards Bridge. His pass is just off. Lee McFarland knocks it away. Now Lual has it. Up to Ancione. Back to Dolce. His pass is bounced off, but Ancione sends it up to Pellegre, and he has a hat trick. A 20-minute hat trick. $4-0, 20 minutes in. I'm going to console myself by saying it's only the Checkatrade. Maybe if I say that a lot, it'll feel better. It's only the Checkatrade. It's only the Checkatrade. It's only... No, it's not really working. 4-0 down just sucks. Now Green to Collins, out to Ashton, who loses the ball. Cockrell has it now, sends it up to Pellegre. Back to Cockrell. Out to Pellegre, who ran by the defense yet again. And that's his 4th goal. It's only the Checkatrade. It's only the Checkatrade. Now, I need a mirror to practice that in front of. Even I don't believe me. Well, this can't be good. Kickoff highlight. Smith to Collins. To Bridge. Crosses it in. Cousins is there, and we get one back. Ha ha! There goes your clean sheet, Arsenal under 23s. 4 more, and this is officially a game. It's a nice pass by Collins. Well, 4 shots, 3 on target for us. 9 shots, 7 on target for them. And somehow, some way, we have a slight position advantage. Mooney out to the wall. He kicks it up, but Ancione can't get there. Lee has it. His pass goes to Bridge. He loses the ball. Lee McFarland takes it away, but Pellegre loses it, and it's bouncing back and forth. Smith has it to Collins. I have no idea what the heck that was. I think that was a pass meant for Cousins, but he had his back to the goal and could not turn around to get to it in time. Ah, nuts. Treadwell, Pellegre. To Ancione. Well, now he has 2 assists to go with his 4 goals, I think. Now, this is at the under-23 stadium, but that's still a pretty full crowd. Coming up on halftime. It's only the Checkatrade. It's only the Checkatrade. Half the team is on a 6-1 or less. Okay. Pietro Pellegre. Yeah, I'd say he's probably one of the better players in the game. He's only valued at $39.5 million. And he can't get a start on Arsenal? Good grief. Moving right to left now. Well, the good news is we're 15 minutes into the second half, and there are 5 fewer goals in the second half than there were the first half. Knight. I have no idea where that pass was going. Treadwell kicked it out, but Green got it. Smith has it now. Feeds Cousins, and Horvath with a nice block. Corner kick to us. No idea what was going on there. Cockrell knocks it out, but Green has it. Smith to Ashton. And his attempt goes out of bounds. We're going to make a couple changes. Because why not? Medford Smith is going to come on for Bamboo. Archer is going to come on for Knight. Gallagher is going to come on for Smith. 3 subs enter, 3 players leave. If I pull out the draw, I'm a freaking tactical genius. Okay, guys, your goal for this game is to finish above a 6-0 in Lavinia. You've already failed that. Oh, he's back. Cool. Okay. Hewitt to Booth. Centers it in, knocked out by someone in the crowd. Collins runs it down. Out to Bridge. Long pass, but Warnell intercepts. To Cockrell. To Pellegrini. To Ancione. And he hits the crossbar. Woodwork save. Nice job. I think it's safe to say Arsenal dialed it down in the second half. Mamuni. Back to Horvath. 2 minutes of extra time. Sorry, boys, I don't see it happening. Ashton centers it to Gallagher, up to Cousins, and he is stopped by Horvath. Well, I guess the good news is we ruined the clean sheet. I'm still trying to figure this out. How is it a guy, a player, who's probably, I'm going to scout him just because, is probably at least 4-star current, 4-star potential ability, 24 years old, 6'5", 150,000 pounds a week, under 21 appearances, international appearances, worth £39.5 million. Has 1 appearance and 3 sub-appearances in the Premier League for Arsenal. Dolce is their starting advanced mid, for crying out loud. Oh. Well. This is why he can't get any starts. Yikes. The stats do not tell the full story at all. Okay. I don't know when the FA third round cup game is. So I think we're going to play ahead to Tranmere and Rochdale, unless the 4th round game happens sometime between then. If that's the case, I'll come back for that for sure. But until then, Tranmere and Rochdale await. It's only the Checkatrade. It's only the Checkatrade. Well, apologies for the length this time around. Usually at mid-season, I'd like to give a little review of where we are and how things stand as a club. And I went a little overboard this time, especially with some of the financials and stuff like that. But I find that sort of thing interesting. I hope you do too. If you don't, let me know down below, and I'll avoid that next season. If you told me before the season started that we would beat West Ham in an FA Cup game and get shellacked by the Arsenal under-23s in a Checkatrade game, I would have thought you had that reversed. I thought for sure West Ham would have shellacked us, and we'd at least give the Arsenal team a fighting chance. But Pellegrini, when you're that good and you can't break into the starting 11 for a Premier League team, wow. Hopefully one of these days, Enfield Town will have those problems. But I think those are seasons ahead in the future. Right now, we're fighting for a mid-table finish. Hopefully the Arsenal game won't send us into a tailspin and we can recover quickly and forge ahead. I think mid-table is well within our grasp. Good transfer window, a couple more quality players in. Maybe we can challenge for a playoff spot next season. But first, we have to finish this season out, and we'll have to see how that goes. If you liked what you've seen and heard, please leave a like, subscribe to the channel for more content. Questions, criticisms, comments, leave them down below. I'll answer them as fast as I can. My name's FM18. I thank you for watching.